Blockchain tech, the metaverse, Web3, crypto. They've all got something in common.
Crypto is a solution seeking a problem and just trying to separate people from their money.
If you're quite new to Bitcoin, you're probably thinking it's all about the blockchain. Why not stick a house on the blockchain? Why not stick a car on the blockchain? That sell some chicken on the blockchain? Look, maybe we're just a bit cynical. Maybe you still want to get involved in the metaverse real estate market. If so, maybe just check out this clip before you do.
Okay, how do we reason through why, this use case would be better as opposed to the technical issues? Those ones don't concern me.
Yeah, no. So if we reason through why these things can be better, take, for example, no one's done this yet. This is one of those promised things, but the real estate transaction that takes 3 months, needs title, needs all these things that take a long time. You could theoretically make all of these things NFTs. An NFT doesn't mean there's going to be a house with a picture of a monkey on it, but these things could all be NFTs and you could transact very quickly. You could borrow against them in a global market as opposed to having to go to Bank of America to take out your mortgage. You have a more kind of open system that people are able to, I think, transact in more creative ways in.
That's I put my house on the blockchain and then I can borrow against it.
Yeah. You can put your house on the blockchain, borrow against it, which again, here actually is, a lot of the use cases are well, imagine that you're in a place where, inflation is super high. And so this is.
Okay, but let's just do that one because that's my favorite one. I put my house on the blockchain, which doesn't really mean anything because you can't physically put it on the blockchain. And then somebody lends me whatever, 500,000 USDC or some stable coin. And then I take it and I buy some ridiculous NFT of Logan. It's probably worth 600,000 or something.
Yeah, a lot.
And then it goes to zero because they actually look at it. And now you need the money, right? Because you lent me that $500,000. I'm just working this through. You lent me the $500,000 because my digital house was on the blockchain. And then you say, okay, Zach, that Logan thing was pretty stupid. I need your house. This is the record of your house that I own. And then I say, no. What do? You show up to the sheriff's department and you look at this piece of cryptography that says I own this house. What? That's what I mean. What does that even mean? How do you get the house?
I think there's two separate things here. What I think you're saying implies that the law never touches crypto, and there's this whole separate universe. Same thing that would happen if you took out a mortgage and didn't pay would happen. You'd get repossessed.
Right.
Same thing would happen here.
Because the bank owns the title to the house and I've signed a bunch of legal documents showing that I've given them that. And those legal documents are basically what you're saying is we're going to recreate the entire system and just have a public record of it. That's all. That's to me, that's exactly wherever you walk these ideas through, it always ends up with
oh, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying right now you go to a Bank of America or wherever else. In this case, you might tap into a wider pool of borrowers or lenders in this case, get a lower cost of capital, not negotiate with the same bank and be able.
Why would I get a lower cost of capital from a random person versus a massive bank like Wells Fargo?
Well, you wouldn't, it'd be from a pool of people. I don't know.
Yeah. It's it's just, it doesn't work.
But I don't think it doesn't.
I'm all for the technology is cool, but there's no, as you work the idea through, the minute you put an on real asset on chain, you realize, oh, right. The only reason I can borrow against these real assets is because there is a document that the U.S. court system will enforce.
There's a document in this case too here, and there's no reason that the U.S. court system wouldn't enforce it. It's a smart contract as opposed to a ream of papers or an online document.
But then what makes it smart? The whole point of a smart contract is that the computer can do everything. And here what you're saying is I've got to now take this contract to the U.S. court system. I have to prove that I own it. I need the sheriff to then show up and get me out. You've just recreated the entire mortgage infrastructure that already exists today.
On the blockchain.
But that exactly. Right. It's and then I'm lost as to why the on the blockchain part matters, besides basically what everyone means is they mean, oh, I want a public record of the transaction. Okay, right? Sure, that's the thing you're looking for. But ultimately, every other step in the process is essentially the exact same thing you have to do in the real world.
Yeah, I mean, and I got wrecked on the mortgage example because I've never thought through that one before.
We focus on the Bitcoin only side of things at Fast Bitcoins. If that interests you, you might want to sign up for our daily newsletter over at the Fast Bitcoins Twitter. Just head over and you'll receive a daily Bitcoin musing to your inbox every day. If you're already stacking sats, then you might want to head over to fastbitcoins.com. It's our mission to be the world's local Bitcoin exchange and make it as easy as possible for anyone, anywhere to begin buying Bitcoin. And we're quickly expanding with a load of retail locations and online buying options in Australia, Canada, Brazil. So yeah, go and check that out.